Alright guys, here we are to talk about Twilight Zone, Episode 30, Season 1.
As it appears on Netflix.
Yeah, this was an alright episode.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't hate the idea of like a dreamy world.
I thought you would hate this for some reason.
It was okay.
I didn't hate it, but I was like, I'm sure he'll hate it.
It reminds me of a lot of like other Twilight Zone things.
Yeah.
Where like, you get what you want and you're dead. Like,
well, that was the weird part. Was like, what was the? Not that everything has to have a moral, but it was kind of a weird thing of like, well, if you don't like the way things are and everything's bad, you can just, if you wish hard enough, you might die.
Well, I think the moral is you should deal with your problems and not try to find this quick, crazy fix.
Okay.
Because then you'll fucking die. Like
there
are no shortcuts. Life is a series of problems you have to deal with. And since he had the problem with the stress, he invented a fantasy land, which is him just dying. And he alluded to it like it's even potentially like a straightforward suicide, because didn't he ask for like a straight razor and a book of the anatomy, like so like he had suicidal tendencies seemingly, and then he died from jumping off a train.
Yeah, he was like fed up and all that whatnots. Yeah, from his perspective though, I didn't think like if it was a metaphor, was he in on it or something? I'm not really sure how I was supposed to take that, because like I kind of don't like when this happens. We establish early on that even though he was standing up and like about to get off the train, he wasn't really standing up. He was still like asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
But then later, it's established that he got off the train, but he really did get off the train. Didn't know or whatever.
Well,
so
I think it's a slow bleed, because he does originally he's screaming for the conductor, and then in reality he is screaming for the conductor.
Yeah.
And then in the next one he gets off the train and he actually got the train.
I could go with that.
So it's a slow build.
I could deal with that.
I think it's to show you where things are going. It wasn't untelegraphable that this was his heaven. It's a weird thing. 100 years ago is what he didn't he call it?
That was his ideal. 1888 was his ideal time frame.
It's a weird ideal.
I wrote down the thing where a man can live his life with full measure or something like that.
I don't know if I would hate 1888, but I think I would.
Where a man can slow his life down to a walk, where he can live his life full measure. I can't find that quote for some reason.
You definitely loved that old man, the boss, though. That was your favorite.
Push, 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 and the fucking boss heads on the mirror and him smashing the mirror. That was fucking gold.
Yeah, and those were like, at the time, that's ridiculous technique.
Well, that's fucking above and beyond. That's like crazy. This whole thing had a lot of shots and things in it that like were unnecessary for the production value of Twilight Zone as it generally exists. They were definitely putting something into this or something like that.
Sure.
And I really liked it. I liked the main guy. I liked his whatever, his acting thing.
He had a good thing.
I like this thing.
Yeah. His age seemed to match up with how he looked.
Did it? 38?
38 seemed to be fine for him.
Okay. I got the same vibe where I'm like, really? Because I know like 38-year-olds that I feel like are children compared to the people
I think, though, when you put them in a suit, and if you met them for the first time, you'd get a totally different vibe from a lot of people. Like, when you see someone, you're like, oh, you're a professional. Or like when you meet somebody who works at like T-Mobile but has to wear like a suit-looking thing, you're like, oh, hello, sir.
Hello
hey,
there.
what's up?
Oh, you're a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Or if you took this guy and you put him in suspenders, one of those hats that has little propellers on it, you'd be like, oh, it's Bryan Cranston.
What up, fellow kids?
Hello, fellow children. What is hello. And his shirt just says like rock band or something on it, or music band. Steve Buscemi.
He's a good guy. So overall, it's a simple episode. I like the more creepy episodes than I like the oh, you got fucked, I'm so sorry kind of episodes. But we take what we can get.
Did he get fucked? Isn't he happy forever now?
I don't know. His wife was a horrible shrew, though. He didn't really lose much behind there.
I was going to use the see you next Tuesday word, but I'm trying not to use that as much anymore. This is the second or third time, I think, to make it justifiable that the main character takes the actions they take, they have to make their... Because, like, the boss is like, that's just how it is sometimes or whatever. They always have to make the wife this, like, monster. This reminded me of the woman who was tearing up his book.
Oh,
or who had, like, snuck and, like, gone ahead and also, like, scratched out all the pages of the book. So that even when it was like, well, I still have this other book, I go, oh, and all that stuff. I'm like, you're so mean. You're such a bad person.
If I wrote that, he would have just murdered her, and he would have went to jail, and it would have been over.
Would have been like,
and he would have been reading in jail, and he would have been happy.
And
the
bomb
moral,
fit.
then the
would have been like, time enough, just done or whatever. No, this woman was horrible. Her whole thing of like, oh, you just want to be happy and like relax. I thought I married like a whatever. I'm like, why would you think that? Oh my god. Yeah. I kind of empathize with the whole like theme or whatever you want to call it of him, because he's like, listen, not everyone's set up for this, all right? I just want to chill. Ridiculous.
You can see him getting an ulcer from it.
Yeah,
he's like,
like,
my life.
Oh God. If this was like today, they would have him like drinking like Pepto-Bismol and just eating mouthfuls of Tums and just like, oh God.
Oh God, what a treat.
Oh God. Oh God, I can't. When he has the 2 phones, I was like, 2 phones? But I was also
I thought that was hilarious because that was how you had a conference call then.
That was the original 2 phones, but he was just like looking at the phones and looking at that, and then like a tea kettle started like whistling out of nowhere. Everything was going crazy.
His secretary, I'm like, you're my secretary. Why are you yelling at me? Stop badgering me, woman.
Sir, sir, it's very important. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm your boss. You want to check? Or you want to get fired?
No, they probably have like a long-standing relationship where he has not been assertive or whatever. It's his like character.
Yeah, and she
stuff.
is.
Yeah, she's like, come on, we have to do this. And he's like, all right, if I have to.
If I must.
If I must.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. So like the thing, like the like oh thing, was in 2 quick parts where like he actually is dead and jumped off the train. That's what I was talking about. Like the pendulum was swinging and then it became the dude's conductor lights or whatever shit like that. The part 2 though was that Willoughby.
Yeah, it was spelled funny.
Sure. Willoughby.
Willoughby.
The Willoughby thing was the name of like the funeral home or like whatever, which is like the but like how would he have known that to make that up? That's just a weird thing that makes no sense.
That's just a funny thing for the episode. I don't think you can read too much into that.
There's always like a twist where a thing was a thing, and then the thing and the clown that was chasing you was the doll at the thing.
What they should have done is if he was opening like in the beginning, he should have been like reading a newspaper, and there should have been an ad for like the funeral home, and then it could have been like, oh,
maybe there's an Easter egg we don't know about.
Maybe. All right, guys. Well, that's this episode of Twilight Zone. Now let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Until next time, don't die in a fire, and we'll see you then.
Push. Who says that? It makes no sense.
A man from the 50s.
My favorite thing. This is a push industry.